There is nothing like a new discovery. Every day, rescue teams, archaeologists, and scientists are making discoveries that can be incredibly exciting. Perhaps the best type of discoveries are the ones that make us rethink what we currently hold to be true. Amazingly, they happen every day. So today, here at Unexplained Mysteries, we'll be looking at 3 recent discoveries and the facts behind them. Church members make chilling discovery. In 2014, post-tropical storm Arthur, which first hit the US from North Carolina, uprooted a surprising discovery to say the least. Members of a St. John church arrived at the church grounds only to discover human remains, which were uncovered after the storm hurtled through the region, ripping through all in its way. Strong gusty winds and heavy rainfall had caused a large tree to topple over. Parishioner Rose Marie Bowes recounted that it was a whole skeleton embedded in the roots, and further commented on her surprise at how well the bones had been preserved. It appeared as though the roots of the tree had grown such that they had actually supported the bones and kept them in their original positions from the time that they were buried there. Police later confirmed that the find was indeed of human bones, but also that it was not the first time that human remains had been found in the area. Previous natural events causing soil disturbances in the local area have also led to calls reporting the history of human remains they revealed, but add that these are often found to be extremely old when properly collected and analysed. The bones found in the wake of Storm Arthur were then sent off to a forensic unit to be tested at the St. John Regional Hospital morgue. No more has since been reported on the subject, but early speculation from police and the coroner was that they were simply old bones from burials on the church property. 3,000-year-old brain surgery Siberia. At the burial ground at Anshevsky Archaeological Site, southeast of Kansk, in the Krasnoyarsk region, archaeologists unearthed the skeletal remains of a male who seemed to have had brain surgery. The patient was between 30 and 40 years old at the time of death, and the markings on his skull, archaeologists claim, are not those of spiritual practices, but an attempt at surgical intercession. Furthermore, it is vastly believed by scientists involved that there is proof that the patient not only survived the surgery, but lived for a while afterwards. The skeleton's skull had a partial bone opening on the left side of the head with signs of bone healing. There were also traces of what experts believe to be an inflammatory reaction on the plates of the skull bones, further proving the theory that the patient did not only survive, but lived for at least a portion of time after the operation. This had to be the case in order for the wound to begin to adequately heal, though it's thought that he died of long-term inflammation inherently caused by the surgery. The culture of the male subject is unknown, but it is thought that the unknown culture may have been similar to the Karasuk culture. In the Bronze Age, an early form of surgery did occur. From what we know, it involved having the patient enter an altered state of mind, so the pain would not be focused upon. Various herbs and plants would be used as painkillers in antiquity, and the usage of psychedelics in ancient cultures is not unheard of, though hemp is what scientists believed was used by the people of this region. Surgery was likely somewhat ceremonial, if only to distract the patient from the upcoming agony they would otherwise suffer through, and would have involved the usage of dancing, drum music, and consumptions of psychedelics or flora meant to ease the pain. The team working on the archaeology cases claims that the surgeon made an incision and an assistant would have helped them by stretching out the skin at the wound's edges to open up the area for medical instruments to enter it with ease. A similar skull dissection was talked about in the books written by Hippocrates in ancient Greece, which were written and performed about 6 centuries after this surgery. As such, it was a practice indeed performed in ancient cultures. We cannot definitively state that this operation was carried out with a specialized instrument. Nevertheless, some sort of medical instruments existed in Siberia and were widely used for post-mortem manipulations. These same instruments may have been applied for trepanation, said Dr. Slepchenko, a researcher involved in the discovery. He suggests a scraper was used and not a knife. We may only imagine the wonders lying beneath the Siberian soil. the future of archaeological findings is bright and full of the utmost potential. World's first living robots can now reproduce. We might think of clunky machines when we picture a robot or a sleek, elegant cyborg. These futuristic concepts are on the horizon and in progress, yes, but a new sort of robot is also on its way. These robots are alive and they are starting to reproduce. Xenobots, the world's first living robots, are made from the stem cells of the African clawed frog, though are less than a millimetre in width. These blobs have remained strong through a number of tests, proving that they can move, work in groups and regenerate themselves. Scientists at the University of Vermont, Tufts University and the Wise Institute for Biologically Inspired Engineering at Harvard University have been working on these living robots and seem to have discovered a whole new form of reproducing that is distinct from any animal or plant that we know of. Josh Bongard, a computer science professor and robotics expert at the University of Vermont and the lead author of the study, said, "It's not so much what a robot is made from, but what it does, which is act on its own on behalf of people." He continued to explain that whilst it is a robot by his previous definition, it is also an organism made from genetically unmodified frog cells. It has now been observed that xenobots can replicate under rare and specific conditions. They underwent a process known as kinetic replication, which before now has only been known to take place at a molecular level. This, combined with artificial intelligence, is helping to make this replication more efficient. Before we know it, these xenobots will be in their prime, replicating efficiently and with ease. This has made scientific history and will continue to evolve and do so. But what are your thoughts on these discoveries? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comment section below and help us by growing this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.